Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
Yeah.
Hey, oh my God. Hey, listen, people. Conversation that we're having tonight, man, is deep. It's thought. I mean, it's inner. So, if you have any questions, please give us a telephone call 404-500-1605. Questions or comments. And if it's something that you really don't want to put out in the open, inboxes, we can make sure that one of these get your question. We can make sure that you get an answer to it. All right. So took the break when Dr. Kurt actually started talking about, we always talk about young ladies being touched at a younger age, but a lot of times we're not touching on the fact that young boys have been touched, and it affects them. So if you want to continue from where you were, then I'm going to talk about, one of the scenes in the play that might bring some of this to home to everybody that can't really grasp.
Yeah, my pleasure. High percentage. I would be comfortable enough to say 1 in 3, right? My last study said 1 in 4 young boys have been sexually violated, by a number of people, women and men. And it impacts you from an intimate standpoint, from a relational standpoint. Lots of things going on. I work with black men every single day, and I'm talking prominent, highly functioning black men, all the way from bishops to professional athletes and actors, right? It gets to the point where it really starts to disrupt their lives, whether it's the guilt and shame that they no longer could out-achieve, right? Because if they don't address it, and let's say somehow a large percentage of them, they turn out to do extraordinarily well, right? They have families, they have spouses, they raise kids, send the kids through college, they're on their way to being grandparents, and something just still's not right, right? Something's still not right. And somehow they work up the courage enough to call me. And, they introduce it slowly and take me back, usually someone very close to the family, someone they know. And they add, and I just listen to them for the whole hour. When they introduce subjects of that, I listen to them for the entire hour and then follow back up. I just let them get it out. Mm-hmm. And 99.9% of the men, and the times I ask, have you ever shared this? And they absolutely say no. No. They may have introduced it generally to a spouse, depending on the relationship, but it impacts them to struggle. It's very difficult.
Let me ask you, is something like that because of, like you said, they go on and they do well, not all, but a lot of them, they go on and they do well, become successful spouses, become successful in business, parents, grandparents, and everything. Is some of the success a defensive mechanism?
Yes, good question.
Another way to keep someone from thinking that about you?
It is, right? This whole, I'm going to achieve my way out of these feelings that seem to come. I'm going to outshine the guilt and shame that I've been carrying my entire life, right? I'm going to outachieve. I'm going to marry a fine sister. I'm going to have kids. I'm going to get the bag on top of the bag. I'm going to prove to myself that I made it in spite of me feeling tainted and shamed and used and abused. Yeah, absolutely, right? But it ain't always abuse. Like, those things come with, people who have just been traumatized, right? I know we're talking specifically about male sexual abuse, but there are men who the challenge becomes the challenge sets in when they become older. Like, I'll be 53 in a while. Like, when they start hitting their 50s, what happens is, obviously, the lifestyle, for majority of us, slow down. But it starts to place this greater demand on our memory. And what we have buried down for the last 40 years starts to erupt and seep out of us, where we cannot contain it, right? And so we got to get it. It comes out. Mm-hmm. And if you don't share it, the body has kept score all these years, so it's going to act it out. Mm-hmm. Through your sexual challenges, right? Through your disdain towards certain genders and sexes, right? I know brothers who are straight as an arrow still don't like women. They ain't gay, they just don't like women. because of some of those earlier power struggles.
Yeah.
You follow me?
Yeah.
They don't know it yet. They got their justifications why, but when they get in my office and they unpack it, then they like those aha moments. Like, what happened? You can ask the brother what happened. He can talk for an hour. I'm like, bro, what happened? He be like, what you mean, bruh? What happened?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I asked that because I feel that me, myself, not because of sexual assault, but because of I've always wanted to excel because I never wanted the stigma to fall on my mother that because she didn't have a man in the house, her kids wasn't worth a damn. And I, the moment that I actually recognized that I needed therapy, I'll tell anybody, I was doing the best in my life at that time. I was making the most money ever. My child support was up to date. I was paying the IRS on time. I could go out whenever I wanted to. Everything was great at the time. Dating life was great. Everything was great, but I still knew that there was something missing. And I actually, not then, but like even now, I still can look at certain things that certain way that I do certain things is because of that reason. It's a defensive mechanism, and that was it for me, was to make sure that my mother wasn't looked upon the wrong way. Right. Boy, that's interesting. Wow.
There's a lot of goodness in that, though.
How you doing, man? You good?
This is a deep conversation. I can identify or come on this one. Yeah. Was this something, I just overheard, so I'm just going, was it something that happened when you were young?
No. We were just,
He's a therapist, psychologist, so he's talking about working.
Oh, other people.
Yeah, I was answering questions before you came on. Right? I'm happy for you to shrink me though, right? I ain't got don't invoice me, but I'm happy to unpack it with you, bro. Like I got some stuff, right?
That's after your kid, right? And you said no. I'm like, damn, dude, you kind of big. You're giving it up.
They don't look at none of the text messages that we send each other at all.
Oh, okay.
After he asked, that's the thing.
After he asked, right?
Okay.
After he asked,
All right, I feel better now. Not that I didn't feel bad, good. Or
Let go, Mike. Let go.
Let go.
You want to just keep digging. So let me ask this: when it comes to what is it like for the person when that light bulb goes off? When you push that button that's been so sensitive, like. What kind of feeling, emotion, whatever, what's like the breakthrough for that person?
It depends,
Okay.
right? But it is a heaviness that has been lifted, right?
Mm-hmm.
So brothers, they express it in different ways. Oftentimes they break down and cry. Sometimes they just kind of sit back and take a series of sighs, but they physically and emotionally start feeling lighter, right? Just getting it out. Brothers ain't being hurt.
Thanks.
Brothers ain't being hurt, right? And so, we respond differently. Right, we've been reacting so long that we have not practiced the skill of responding, which is totally different than reacting. It's totally different. And so once we get into a safe space where we can respond, we're like, you don't know how you're going to respond. You've been in reacting mode your whole life. Right? You've been holding back tears. Now all of a sudden you cry. I didn't cry more when I turned 40 than I did my whole life. I'm a cry. TV, movies. I might cry on the way home from here.
Don't even know why you cry. It just hit.
I got to do it.
Gotta do it.
I got to do it. So,
Release.
Super refreshing.
It's actually getting on my nerves, to be honest with you.
It's refreshing.
It
I
is.
don't think people recognize the cleansing of the soul that needs it. The body yearns tears.
For sure.
And the body, you have to do that because it resets your mindset. And you got to change your mindset. Once we get to an age where we literally accept the things we've been through, we accept the good, the bad, the indifferent, the trials, the traumas. Once we get there, we're saying, man, I did that. That ain't happening no more. I couldn't repeat when I was 6 if I wanted to, in any way wanted to. I can't wear the same clothes. I am not the same height. I'm not going to be anything like I was. So why am I letting that now, at my age today, control my moments? You have to accept that the things you've been through in your life was to create the person in you that's going to move forward. You can't go backwards.
Can't come back.
And this is hence why we get into this huge topic that we just have to jump is I've seen more relationships end when people have freed themselves than stayed because no
There
one
you
knows
go.
this person.
Right. That's a different person.
Right? No one knows this person that you portrayed to be as a representative these years that I've laid in the bed with the same wife or husband. It's like, I'm done playing with you now. You don't really know me. I'm going to go and find my missing puzzle because this person needs to accept the me. Because, you know, we get dirty. We dirty. That's just a fact. We get dirty. We'll throw that back in, and now I'm back trying to heal again. And instead of going with somebody who's like, hey, come here. I understand. I get it. It ain't coming up in conversations when you love for real. You can't dark me with that when you understand that messed my people up, and I just told you I love you. I ain't doing that to you. I need to see the smile on your face. I need to know you know I love you. But what happens is people fight how they fight, right? And so when you understand that, you find yourself, you gotta cry, you gotta release, and you gotta regroup. You got to, or not. You're never gonna grow.
I
Interesting.
want you to respond and react, the differences. I don't think people recognize, especially men, I don't think they recognize if they're responding or reacting.
Right.
Can you go into that, what the differences are?
Absolutely. So from a generic standpoint, the difference is the pause, right? The difference is the time constraint, right? I start off very basic with brothers saying if whatever stimuli come into you, right, if you just practice waiting, right, waiting, the pause, somebody say something to you, you feel this turmoil in your body and in your mind, right? The reaction is, you know, we go into defense, right? Self-preservation. Whether we say something, we defend ourselves in some form or fashion. That's survival. A lot of that is instinctual. But it's also learned behavior. And so the way to break that is to practice the pause, right? Let me give you an example. Let's say you say something that I felt was insulting. You said something about my mother. I feel the tension in my body and that. My initial reaction is to clap back at you. But I've been working on myself, so now I'm like, okay, let me check in. First of all, I heard him, but what that really mean for me, right? Am I mad? Or am I sad? Is that guilt? Am I shame? So I'm doing my work during the pause. I ain't gotten to you yet. I've owned my power, see? Because if I react to you, then you hold the power. But I turn my voice off, right? I take the power away, I turn my voice off. So now I'm talking and soothing myself. He said that, like, what? Okay, so what that mean? Oh, that's not anger. That's sadness. That's sadness, right? He ain't know. I just was thinking about my mother, right? We was coming up. My mama dead. Not that she died. Just was thinking about my mother. You gonna say something about her, right? So in a generic sense, the difference between reacting and responding is the wait. And I offer brothers to practice as a way of life. Like this, your superpower is calmness, right? You get a text, wait. Somebody asks you to sign $1 million contract, wait. Phone call, wait. And you're not waiting as if you're gonna miss them. You're checking in, right? You know, you see that name come across the screen, that text come across from your significant other, you feel the tension. You wait. That's responding.
Damn.
You wait.
Y'all hear that? It ain't nobody ignoring you. We wait.
I'm clearing up stuff.
That shit sound good,
I'm like,
but
man,
in theory,
you don't want me to
Dr.
respond.
Curtis said.
yeah, you fuck around and don't answer that phone. So you mean at 11:30 tonight I should just blow that phone call off?
Wait till 11:45. Wait till 11. Check in with your body. Check in with your body, right? Check in with your body.
Oh man, that is funny.
Yeah.
I'm about to wreck my car. Push
Funny
it
but
into the wall.
good. Funny but good. Oh man.
Man.
Nobody ignore you. Oh. Hear that, Casper? I ain't ignore you, baby. Wait.
You waiting.
Checking in. I'm checking in, right?
Checking in with myself before I respond, baby. Give me a moment. Oh my God. That's good.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's good. Ooh, oh, black love and trauma. I just realized what to put up there.
Yeah, man.
So in regards to the in regard, like you said, so many people, I think you said it, in regards to being together, and then when somebody actually gets the help for themselves and starts to deal with the trauma and release, you're saying that usually because there's a different person that's going to, once they release, they become a different person because they don't have so much heavy on them. That usually ends up, sometime, I don't know if you have percentages, but sometimes that ends up breaking up a relationship.
Yeah, because a lot of people recognize they've been codependent on this fake love. And it's never been real because they had to keep someone to be the person they didn't want to expose. So they're literally saying, she never knew I was molested by the church girl babysitting for my mama when I was 6. And I don't know if I'm gay or not. She doesn't know if I don't know this, and she doesn't know if I don't know that, and I can't take my manhood or my ego by sharing it, so I'm going to pretend I'm someone other than this person that I really am. So once I do the work and figure out that I've served myself an injustice all of these years, not being who I was called to be, now I got to re-meet my wife. Or now I got to re-meet my husband because they really don't know me. We really don't know each other. Shit, I don't know me, right? When you come into this new person after healing yourself, you're not the person you were prior to the healing process because you've hid that. So you're doing this artichoke peel process, getting to the core of who you really are. The mirror process is different. I don't see the same person I saw prior to being healed. I see a different person. Now, can I like that person without covering up? Do I like the nakedness of me? Wigs, makeup, clothes, you know what I'm saying? This has created the person I don't like. So now I have to go back to, can I do this stuff? Right? Do I put the color in my hair? Do I wear short clothes? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm walking around with my titties out or just whatever because I need the attention. My codependency person is, he's stretching out. He leaving a little bit, right? I'm going to go out with my girls. I got to get this number. I got to do this. Or I'm with my homeboys. Now we piss testing. I got that broad. I get that broad. I can get that broad. I can get that broad. But at the same time, you go home lonely and sad and mad because you don't like you. And you start recognize these people don't create the me and me that I need to love. And this is just a year, man. This is the year of proper healing so that you can get black love. And I'm saying black love because I'm black. I'm not saying black love because that's the only love people focus on. I'm telling no race, no age, no gender. We as black people need to learn how to love again the proper way.
In regards to recognizing a trauma, I know we got a little bit of time before we have to close this segment out. Have you recognized that, especially with men, that they actually share or start sharing with other men before they come to counseling, or do you recognize that they actually just come to counseling?
A combination of both, right? Okay. More men are starting to share with other brothers for obvious reasons, right? It's been welcomed from a mass consciousness standpoint, but they get down to the bare bones in a professional setting. When someone's holding space, when they're investing their time and their money, when they're not being judged, right? When I assure them that they are okay and they're not alone. Like, I have to look a brother in his eye and be like, bruh, you're not alone. I'm here. Like, no disrespect. I'm not trying to minimize your situation, but I hear this a couple times a week. You're in good hands.
So when you say something like that, when they come back, do you find that they actually went out to find out if they was alone? Do they go out searching to see if, damn, he said I wasn't alone, but now I'm going to go out and ask some other brothers what they going through?
That's an interesting question. They felt alone prior to coming into sharing space with me, right? Because they held the secret, right? You'd be surprised with sharing secrets. Like, if we share some secrets here, we'd be like, that's pretty close to me, right? Mm-hmm. We could throw all our secrets in the pot and pick up, right? We have that in common as people. Right, but if you haven't shared it, then you feel all alone. Whether you trying to keep from being exposed or you think you just had a rough time coming up, either way, you feel alone, which is a huge impact on trauma. Because when they get to me and I let them know their name, they're not alone, then it sort of lifts, to help carry that burden. They still got to carry it, but now they're like, oh, okay, I'm going to switch the position. It's still mine to bear, but I'm not the only brother that's doing that. No, there's tons of brothers. You know them. I tell a brother, some of your partners are. You're not alone, and you haven't been, but you didn't say nothing, bruh.
Right.
We're going to have you back. Listen, we got to get ready to go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the Martin Luther King holiday before we go to the top 5. But before we go, we will show you how you can follow these two so that if you do have some questions, again, reach out. Now, don't understand something. These folks work for a living. So we're not telling you you're going to reach out and get some free stuff. But if you need to reach out, we're going to show you how to do that. But for the time being, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. We're going to talk about the Martin Luther King holiday and what it meant to you. What does it still mean to you? Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a cop.
We'll be back. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a cop.
Hey, man, we back. Need y'all hit them buttons over there. We done told you it's going to help our
Algorithm.
go up.
Try to sneak now.
Well, he on it. I saw the folks hitting the buttons on my screen for a minute. Now they done got lazy. Come on, people, hit the buttons. Just like we need for you to go on YouTube, we need for you to go on Amazon Music. We also need for you to go on Spotify. Hit those buttons. We need you to follow, then share. Follow, then share. So listen, man, we're going to talk about the ML King holiday. Holiday was yesterday. There's a lot of companies now. It's considered as a federal holiday for some companies. Some companies will tell you can take it off and we can't ding you for it. But, it's still a holiday right now. But one thing that I noticed yesterday on my timeline was that a lot of people wasn't talking about the holiday and what it meant. Television, I saw a lot of stuff. Of course, I'm looking at sports. They kept talking about it, talking to the players, the coaches, of what the day meant. So I wanted to see, in your experiences, have you seen friends of yours that actually is looking at it as a day off? Are they, basking in what Martin Luther King stood for during that day? I mean, it's not like you got to do anything, but you still need to at least reflect on what he meant and where we are right now. Then also, are we any further to what his dream was? So start with you, Dr. Kirk.
So I relaxed, right? I didn't. I took the day off. Worked out. I did. Just worked on self, but I definitely relaxed. And in the spirit of MLK, sort of revisited some of the dreams that I had put into intentions. For 2024. So I just chill, man. I saw a lot of movement on my timeline, though.
Okay,
I
good.
did. I definitely did.
Good. Yes, I got bad friends. Ask a cop, what you think, bro? I know you ain't been able to say much tonight, so what you...
Yeah, that first one, I missed it. Now, I will say this. I think that I've answered 2 questions. I had a cousin, Frog. I won't give her actual name, but the nickname her Frog. And she actually had a speech about a week ago, had one of his speeches up. And I think a lot more people are dealing with it. I think it's almost a day late and a dollar short, but we're finally celebrating on his actual birthday. Remember, it used to be celebrated on my birthday. So growing up, January 20th is my birthday. Mm-hmm. I always thought that I was born on the same day as Martin Luther King. Until I got older and I started actually paying attention, not just putting stuff on paper. So I think that I just see how it's been mistreated through the years, and I think a lot of young people, they're growing up how it is now, so they don't see anything wrong with it. But I remember when, and this is on the Atlanta Police Department, you had certain supervisors that would almost, it's Martin Luther King's birthday, but you can come in if you want. It's almost like they wanted to cheapen it. I'm not gonna call anybody out, but you know who you are. And it's like they wanted to cheapen it. Mm-hmm. So I think from that standpoint, a lot hasn't changed, but I think towards this goal of us being more cohesive as a people, I think it has. Yeah. I think a lot of it has to do, I think Martin Luther King touched them more than it touched us. He touched us. Mm-hmm. Because we were the sufferers, we're the ones that took the blunt of everything. So we didn't identify with Martin Luther King the way they did because we were getting our asses whooped, or the things of being mistreated through the years. So I think when Dr. King spoke, I think he pretty much did it in such a way that I think, and that's why they left him alone the way they did, because he said it in a peaceful way. And if somebody doesn't raise their voice, like you were talking about, if you don't raise your voice and you don't come across aggressive, people gotta listen. It's almost like, how can you not listen to this man? And when you heard his words, it touches everybody. To this day, there's certain speeches he can do, and they'll bring a tear or you'll get emotional. And I think it's the same for everybody. So I think he has affected a lot of change in America.
Absolutely.
In your expertise, in regards to therapy and everything, and Dr. King wanting us be able to see and feel free and everything, have you seen that get better?
I think I have. I think since COVID, I've noticed a lot more people recognizing that therapy is not too bad. It's no longer the whole oxymoron, like if I go, I'm crazy. When you crazy anyway, just go. So I've seen a lot more people in the 14 years I've been doing this seek help. I think COVID made us realize that grief, along with everybody that died, made them say, how do I live again without this? But the death of a lot of people that we lost in these last couple of years has only brought up the traumas that we've underscored ourselves with and hid. So I've seen a lot of changes. And I think Martin Luther King has just allowed people to know that it's possible. And I say that all the time. I think yesterday I reflected on creating a vision of how I want to move with people going forward. I always feel like I had a very profound opportunity. One of my clients that I just finished, I did a family of 5, and they invited me to Costa Rica. Was like, come with us to Costa Rica. And I was like, whoa, that was dope. But they were like, we miss you. We're going on a trip. We want to take you. And I was like, damn. Then I thought about it, am I going to be doing work? Or I'm going to be able to hang out? But then I didn't even care. I thought that they thought so profoundly of me. But then I said, what do you do with your clients when you're done? What have you done? You know what I mean? Are they really doing the work? And you don't know. So I came up with this vision that I don't want to leave them anymore. I want to find something for them to do after we're done to make sure, A, what they took from you worked, and B, are they going to inspire someone else to do the same thing? So that's what I came up with yesterday.
That's good.
Angelo, and then you can just lead right on into the top 5, bro.
So I don't honestly, I didn't see a whole lot outside of the normal Ebenezer Church stuff, and some of the I don't know if it's a trauma of our people, but we spend way more attention to other people's holidays than we do our own. People get geared up for Cinco de Mayo, and they get geared up for what's the other one? The
St. Patrick's.
St. Patty's Day, and it's all the geared up for that stuff. But our stuff is like, I don't see the attention to it. I think it deserves way more attention from us. I think, we need to give way more. But it's like we devalue our stuff.
Absolutely.
This holiday was hard fought, and it's getting a little bit more respect from corporate America. But for a while, corporate America be like, they ain't got to do with us.
Right.
There you go. Right.
You know what I mean?
And the total disrespect was when they made it on the 20th.
Yeah.
Instead of his actual birthday.
Yeah.
It's a federal holiday, and that's it. But, it wasn't, I know plenty of places were still open. Right. You know what I mean? And so, I think it's still a little disappointing, honestly. But again, I think we as a people don't give it the attention that it properly deserves, So.
Probably because nothing negative is attached to it, like drinking and smoking and all the stuff they get. St. Patrick's is related to going to get drunk, drinking green beer, and just everything like that just brings up these sturbs, these short-term energy releasing behaviors that people get attached to that they like. When you can't attach the things to people that they like that make them do horrific stuff, it ain't important. It's not infectious enough. You know what I'm saying?
Which is the sad part.
Right. So that's what makes it sad. It's like,
Which is the
oh, it's
sad
Cinco
part.
de Mayo. I'm taking off work to get drunk all day. Like, what? So if it's something negative to it, we in it. And that's the sad part.
Both feet.
Yep, both feet.
So with that, we'll go to top 5. Oh, wait a minute, real quick. Sorry, but JT, your thoughts on the holiday? You introduced it, but you didn't give me thoughts.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, I on my timeline, I just didn't see anyone talking about ML King Day. You know, I chilled, but at the same time, because I was a lot into my thoughts from the play, and I was able to kind of like put it with Martin Luther King in regards to being free. And I look at it as being free within the mind. So in regards to, you know, just trying to seek help and be better for yourself, you know, that's what I put it towards, because again, I just done the play. But I didn't see it, I didn't see people talking, you know, anything. They were talking about the loss that the Dallas Cowboys had and all that. It was talking about that more than it actually being Martin Luther King's birthday than anything. So as far as getting closer to what he, you know, in regards to his dream, I think we are. I think we are close. I don't think we're close enough, but I do think that we are close. I think we are coming close as a people. As MJ said, to other people, I just don't think that we're becoming closer as a people to our own people. I think that's been missed. We're becoming closer to the other races, and that's becoming more of a melting pot than us as a whole. You know,
Yeah, we still don't speak to each other.
right? You know, we're still mad because such and such got hair and you don't, or such and such got good hair and you don't, or such and such got Jordans and you don't. You know, I still think that that's a problem within our. I think, and I don't think you know Martin Luther King wanted that part of it. So, I think we're closer, just not close enough.
Thanks.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. And that's something I want you to definitely come back, because I want to get deep into the trauma of our people. Because you said something earlier about the slavery and all that, but
Yeah.
I just think we got to bring that back.
Okay. No problem.
So with that being said, man, top 5. Give me your top 5. It's crazy thoughts right here. So you got to really think about this one. Give me and I gave y'all the audience a hint already. Give me your top 5 songs that no one would know you like. The top 5 songs that they'd be like, Dad, you like that song? You know that? You know what I mean? Give me the top 5 songs that nobody would know you like.
I just don't know the name of it. I don't know the name of it. Dwayne, you good? You
I'm
ready?
not going to participate in this.
There you go. You got trauma, man. You got trauma. You can't release.
Maybe they may not be shocked that I like some of these. Okay. Jelly Roll, Save Me. Jelly Roll, Son of a Sinner. Toby Keith. Just about anything.
Toby Keith. I would never guessed that.
All right.
That's good.
Yeah, I see. Bob Marley is one of my favorite artists.
Okay.
Yeah, Three Little Birds. Let's see, one more. I didn't appreciate it when my dad put the poster of Black Moses on my wall, but I say,
Isaac Hayes.
yeah, Isaac Hayes. You remember that poster? That shit scared the dog shit out of me. My dad put it up on my wall and looked down. I was like, oh shit, I was scared as hell. But I love his music now. Yeah, that's Isaac Hayes. Listen to him, you like him.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't get the credit.
What you got, Dwayne?
I guess all my people. Guess when I was younger, so it'd be like I used to listen to Limp Bizkit. Used to love Limp Bizkit. I like Nickelback. Linkin Park. I love Linkin Park. Of course, I like a lot of people don't know this. I listen to more gospel music than anything. So I'll say Tasha Cobb and Miss Janae Carr. So those are two gospel singers. So I'll end on those two. I listen. So.
I gotta write mine out. I don't know. It'll take me a minute to write mine out, right?
I promise you, I don't know the name of them.
Right, I don't know the name.
Right.
That worked too. That's what I'm trying. Something you gotta think about. You ready?
Sure.
Go for it.
You know, they laugh at me all the time. I'm a rap head, right? People think I listen to Jill Scott. I wake up every morning, I listen to Marette Brown Clark. She starts my day every morning. And then I'm definitely doing Will Downing, Billie Eilish. I love Billie Eilish. She's a little sad, but I like her. I like her music. And then, you know, Lil Baby and Jay-Z gonna take me through my day for sure. For sure. So they always laugh and they like, Doc, how you know all them words? I don't know. I clean up to this music. It becomes infectious. I don't know. But definitely a ton of rap. Yeah.
What the millennial?
Jill Scott, that's a part. I can see it like a Jill Scott.
Oh yeah. She a whole vibe.
I'm gonna need a baker.
Ready, Doc?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like an idiot.
this is gonna trip you out. My top go-to would be Whitney Houston.
Okay.
I rock out to Whitney. We was just listening to that. Whitney. I rock with some Maxwell. My all-time dopest group ever is the OJs.
Yeah.
Who else? So those are how many is that?
Three.
You say favorite.
Yeah, those are my like I could do those every single day.
These supposed to be songs people be shocked.
I mean, I put Whitney
right.
as
Tight
number one.
songs.
I put Whitney as
That's
I
right,
put
all
Whitney
those
as
right
the
there.
first one, right?
All that, Maxwell, all that.
Yeah.
That's that backbreaker music.
Right.
I had another. I can't think of dude's name.
Moneybag Yo.
Yeah, I definitely like Moneybag.
Now that I wouldn't have.
Yeah,
You remember?
exactly.
Yeah.
I tell you how that came
Yeah,
about.
Now
too,
that
right?
one out. Yeah,
That
there
one.
you go.
Okay, so that all right. So
Never
I got
would've
one.
thought
So
that.
I got you on that one. Thank you for that. Because she said the same thing. Like what? I was like, yeah.
There's no background on that one.
So the background was this young cat I was counseling, right? And I asked them the same thing. Who your top 5 artists? I asked the young cats that. And this was years ago, and they name them. I'm like, they your name, Pooh Shiesty, Moneybag. And at the time, I hadn't heard none of it. Even Lil Baby, I hadn't heard none of them, right? And so, because they told me, and I was like, I'm going to check them out, I gave my word. Mm-hmm. So Moneybag was one of them, and I just thought dude was an awesome storyteller. And then,
And he is.
So here's the embarrassing part. I ain't tell nobody to our point about keeping stuff to yourself, right? As a grown-ass man. I ran into an old friend, a woman who was a good friend, and she put it on, and I looked like, you like Moneybag? She was like, what? So I found that I wasn't alone as a 50-year-old Moneybag Yo fan. And I claimed him publicly since then.
All right.
Okay.
Right. That's the
All
story
right.
about
Let me
it.
see. I got some comments here. Casper gave More Than Words by Extreme. Don't know who that is. And then she have The Wheel by Son, S-O-H-N. Don't know who that
She's
is.
hot. She's
Yeah.
hot. That's a hot artist
Yeah?
right now. Yeah. she
Okay.
hot. Yeah.
Yeah, again, I'm surprised.
She
Yeah,
hot right
yeah. Tarvik has Nirvana, seems like Teen Spirit.
Okay.
He has the Beatles, Hall & Oates, Milli Vanilli, and Wham.
Okay.
George Michael.
All right.
Right.
All right, for mine, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees.
That's
Sure.
one of mine.
The whole Rebound album by Wayman Tisdale.
Dope.
It's the CD that's basketball.
Yep. Dope.
Yeah.
Jazz, all jazz.
All jazz.
Yep.
That's dope. He hot.
Seriously.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
anything by Raphael Sadiq.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
Period. All of his songs.
Classic man to another.
When Doves Cry by Prince.
Always.
Okay.
And We Have Something in Common by Whitney Houston and
Yes.
Bobby Brown.
Woo, we just.
We just played that.
What?
Yeah,
Boy,
that's crazy.
plain to see that we. What?
Yeah, they
Man,
killed it.
please.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it did.
Please. Love it.
And
Love it.
try to hit a note.
Try, love it.
Tried to.
Love it. I hit a note. Probably was the wrong one, but I hit a note.
Hilarious.
Yeah, man. Yep. So
That's your 5.
that's my 5.
That was good.
All right. Millennial got When Doves Cry by Prince. Journey, Don't Stop Believing. Kiss, I Was Made for Loving You. Yeah. In Sync, Bye Bye Bye. And Linkin Park.
Wait.
Indeed.
You
Linkin
can't
Park.
just walk past that. Bye, bye, bye.
That's a song.
I know it is. That's what I'm saying. That's a surprise.
Yeah, we never guessed that. Yeah. Yeah. Spell it somebody big as Ben singing bye bye bye. And know the full dance moves.
Man. Oh, man.
Bye, bye, bye.
That's the whole
Bye bye bye.
Yeah.
I ain't heard of it. I just heard My by Johnny Gill. That's
It's the
what I
5
got.
songs nobody would guess you would know Cat Cole's. Too funny. All right, my mom said Snoop Dogg songs. Yeah, you can start right there.
Oh, right. Right.
Yeah.
Nobody would guess that. Yeah.
Nobody would have guessed that one.
Ever. No.
Which one?
Don't do that.
Oh Lord. She might answer. You look right. Please don't start typing which songs Mama Sykes.
Yeah. Frank said, on the other hand, Randy Travis, Here Without You, 3 Doors Down, Without Me.
Okay.
Halsey? Halsey. Okay. Along Came You, Gloria Estefan, that's one of mine, and Pentamy, Elvis Crespo. I gotta hear that one. I ain't sure about that one. Cat Cole, I think she didn't understand the question because she named Whitney, Anita, Phyllis Hyman, Whisper, Temptation, and Vogue. All those in your playlist, Cat Cole. We was talking about something we wouldn't guess you would
You
know.
didn't hear the question.
Frank said More Than Words is tight. Number 1 fan chimed in late. She said she got songs by Whitesnake, songs by the Gatling Gatling Brothers, Broadway tunes, Widespread Panic, Doo Woo. Kiki got DRS, Gangsta Lean, Tarzan, Best Friend. All right.
One of them songs was named Widespread Panties. Did I hear that right? Did I hear that right?
Panic. Widespread
Panic,
Panic,
okay.
not panties.
I was about
Yeah,
to
where you
say,
mind at, right?
Number 1, oh, you know, been away from your wife for a week, that'll happen.
Too funny. All right, I got
Ron Godfrey. real
Okay, go
quick.
ahead.
Enjoy Yourself by the Jacksons. This is from Ron Godfrey. Enjoy Yourself by the Jacksons. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Tears for Fears.
Yeah.
Make This a Night to Remember. Shalimar.
Oh, yeah.
The Reflex. Duran Duran.
Duran, good.
He gave 4, so that's good enough. Appreciate you tuning in, Ron, as always, brother.
Those are good. So Ben Millennial just said honorable mention, which is one of mine, the Doobie Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah. Doobie Brothers, man. I love them joints.
I could dig that.
Hall and Oates.
For sure.
Yeah.
I can't go for that. No, no can do.
The Bee Gees was
I
tough
got the
too,
BG.
though.
Uh-oh. Watch out now, watch out now. I got the BGs. How deep is your love?
Yeah,
Okay.
You know what I mean? Saturday Night Fever.
sure.
Yeah, the BGs. I got Chris Stapleton,
Okay.
Tennessee Whiskey,
Okay.
and Kiss. Like several Kiss songs. They got several of them I like.
No, that's
And my wild card would be, believe it or not, The Baby.
Wow.
Baby
Wow.
got that one song. And that jumped me here. And I don't know the name of it,
All that shit.
but that jumped me here, man.
Well, I have one nobody will
the
suspect.
video is
Megan Thee
crazy.
Stallion.
Yeah.
We expect. Yeah.
We know that. My honorable mention would be the song by my man. What's the rapper? 21.
Savage.
21 Savage.
And the song where he always going 21.
21.
21.
He
21.
hard.
Every song.
I like 21.
I love
Yeah,
it.
every song he do that.
21.
That's it.
He hard. He hard.
21.
I
21.
like him.
Cat Cole said, "Who sings Hole in the Wall?"
Randy Travis, Three Wooden Crosses.
Randy Travis.
Yeah.
It's good.
Three Wooden Crosses, that's probably my favorite.
All right, so we're
song.
gonna get this. You got all yours out. We're gonna get this wrapped up. Gonna let everybody know where they can find you at, Dr. Cindy. They should know, but just in case they don't, go and let them know
That's
again.
all right. You can always find me at Love From Afar on Instagram or lovefromafar.org. Please, you can send a message, as you all do. I've had some messages from here before. So always reach out. Never hold in. You have an opportunity to reach out, even if you don't know how to ask in the public eye. Go back door and call. Get some help.
Dr. Kurt.
Appreciate y'all. You can find me on Instagram at I am Dr. Kurt, Facebook, Twitter, and website, drcurtisdjasper.com. I'm easy to find. I share material, insights, pictures, and day-to-day stuff every single day. My purpose is to stay visible for those who are naturally attracted to me and the things that I offer. So I'm happy to be here, brothers.
Hey man, I was happy to have you. Like I said, I'm gonna have to have you back.
Okay.
I got a lot to talk to you about. Real man, you came with it tonight. Ask a cop.
Hey, the only thing I want to say is elections coming up like a bullet. I think one thing we can look at so far, nobody spoke on anything really dealing with us. And I would just say whoever you do vote for, make sure they're talking about issues and addressing issues you're concerned about. Violence in the black community, Chicago, Atlanta, you just interchange the city, if it's predominantly black, the amount of violence is occurring in a really small geographical area and it's not being addressed. Then you got to go back to education. Baltimore is not the only school system that's failing, inner city school system that's failing. Black mayors, black superintendents, mostly black teachers, we got to start asking the questions why. And electing black officials that are going to ask the question why. That's all I got.
Real quick, Frank added evanescence or something like that. Bring me to life. Say again. Evanescence. Okay. Thank you. yeah. Thank you. Though. D-Mac chimed in. He said, "Jump Van Halen."
Yeah, that's dope.
That's a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
Cat Cole's brought in male waiters. Okay, there you go, Cat Cole. So as MJ said, it's vote time, man. If you're not registered, man, make sure you don't miss out on this. As always, man, think globally, vote locally. Charleston White, people like and hate, but he made a great point the other day, as he does a lot of times, man. He was just talking about how people just get confused on who you should be voting for, and his whole statements was about voting locally. He's like, y'all so worried about who the president is, but you're missing out. Do you know who your Board of Education members are? Do you know who your city council is? Do you know who your alderman, wherever you live, So we're just missing out on the people who really make actual changes in our daily lives.
Sure.
Worrying about things that are so above, that you really realistically don't affect you nearly as much as the people who vote for your education of your children and your local laws and things of that nature. So think globally, vote locally. That's all I got, TZ.
All right, Ron Garford tuned in. He had his last one, which was Africa by Toto.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
that was his last one.
Good one, Ryan.
As I told you, man, Pittsburgh, shout out to you. I know there's some people tuned in from Pittsburgh. Shout out to you. You show love to all of my Atlanta folks that was up there for God Guys. With this stage play, I learned, men open up. Something I want to talk to you about a little more in regards to men opening up first to other men. Sometimes you have to do that. It's almost like the steps that you take towards getting to the therapy area. So men, think about it. Find your space to feel and heal. Next play that I'm going to be in, The Shell of a Man, it's going to be in March. My brother Ron Godfrey, he's been added to the cast. I'm hoping to have the cast up here soon so we can talk about that. And other than that, man, nothing else right now. I'm still decompressing from this past week. Y'all gonna hear about this. If you're on my timeline, get ready, because I got so many pictures and so many things to talk about, so many praises that we got from Pittsburgh. Atlanta, if it comes back here, I'm telling you, y'all got to do better. You got to do better. You got to come out and show this love, and you got to receive these messages. Pittsburgh received them, for real. We've talked about it, and we hadn't been able to do it yet, but we are going to get into the mentoring thing with the youth. We talked with Coach Nash and everything, so we're going to make sure that we get into that. Y'all want to talk about the show?
Yeah, real quick. February
18th.
February 18th, during Black History Month, we're going to do a live podcast with Josh Powell and who else?
Dr. Kurt.
Dr. Kurt. Is somebody else on the panel?
Yep. So Josh Powell, retired NBA champ. Alexis Adams, retired WNBA champ. Myself and Dr. Kurt, we're going to do Black love, historical trauma, and give people tools on how to stay in relationships and heal from ones that they're in. Like, we're not doing no breakups this year. We're keeping families together.
There's going to be a live question-answer type session, panel, the whole 9 yards, man. So put that on your calendars, February 18th, right here at the world-famous Uptown Comedy Corner.
We're doing that.
We're doing it in the main room.
Yep. So
sure.
we're telling you this because we want y'all to come out and actually sit in the audience so that you can actually we can do the Q&A. He's going to have some of his books here.
Yep.
Going to have some of the books here so you can get your book that's actually signed by Josh. So make sure that you come out. Atlanta's own Josh Powell, so make sure that you come out for that. February 18th, people. We're saying it now. We're going to make some posts about it, but go and get yourself ready for that.
Cat Coles, yeah, we can get together. She's talking about doing mentoring, something she wants to join in on.
Okay.
So that'd be dope. And listen, real quick, I know we got to go, Phoenix. When I said earlier about the election stuff, also, listen, the governor just released his budget, $1.4 million to education, $1.4 billion to education for the state of Georgia. Find out how much of that money is going to your community. This is why you got to vote locally. All right.
Good point.
Sponsors, shout out. Just got
Appreciate
back. Got personalized glasses. Classic Konversations. Yep, got the glasses.
I will christen it next week.
I'm trying the Thoughts Bourbon Whiskey. It's great. Make sure y'all bring me some more. Thank you. Kindly.
Always sees candles,
Where's
cats
my
bracelets. Thank you all.
I didn't get my bottle of liquor.
And that's going to do it.
What's up, Sean? Thank you for your shout out. National Chance, baby.
Classic Konversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a cop.
And we out. You dig?